despise us. See, Kevin McCarthy did lie. He claimed to support Trump publicly when he wanted to make him resign privately. So we have no tolerance for this backroom bullcorn. I don't have it. You don't have it. None of us have it. McCarthy needs to step down from leadership at the very least. I doubt that he will. So, folks, what does all this mean for Kevin McCarthy's political future? I'm joined now by former advisor to Presidents Clinton and Trump and host of Dick Morris Democracy right here on Newsmax. Dick Morris is with us. Dick, welcome.
Good to be here, Grant.
So what do you make of this, Dick, and what do you think it means for McCarthy?
Well, it's hard to watch someone committing ritual suicide on tape, but that's what we just watched with McCarthy. McCarthy was an acquired taste to Republican conservatives, and he's a California Republican, which is, you know, a little suspect in the first place, certainly outnumbered, and he's never really been a movement conservative like a Gingrich was or others have been. But I think that for McCarthy, it probably means that he's going to have to leave. And I think that Trump will make sure that he has to leave. For the Republican Party, I don't think much. They'll have other leaders, and they'll do really well. Scalise, for example, the guy who was shot in what really was a terrorist attack, could be a candidate for that.
Dick, I can tell you, I ran for Congress in 2011 in a Republican primary. I lost, obviously, but I was calling out problems with Kevin McCarthy all the way back then. I've been warning about this guy for a long time. I know you're very close to President Trump. How do you think he takes this? Have you talked to him about it?
No, and if I did, I would keep my head well away from the phone because my eardrums couldn't handle what would come out the other end. McCarthy has been walking a tightrope. The only way McCarthy survives this is that he looks good by comparison with McConnell.
And that's not very good at all. So let me offer up some of the problems that we now face, and that's the media being able to use this to push more January 6th nonsense. Even Joe Biden jumped on it in a bizarre way, as Joe Biden is always bizarre when he speaks. But let me play this clip for you and then get your reaction.
This ain't your father's Republican Party. Not a joke. All you got to do is look what is being played this morning about the tape that was released. Anyway, you know, but all kidding aside, this is a MAGA party now. It's, you know, you got the senator from Texas and others. These guys are a different breed of cat.
I don't know what he's talking about other than he's right. It is a MAGA party now, and the guy from Texas, maybe Cruz, is a good conservative. What's he talking about, Dick?
Well, it is perfectly true that the Republican Party has undergone what at the time was really a hostile takeover. Now it's a friendly takeover by Donald Trump. And the rhinos are gone. They're being banished one at a time. You can see the hit list of people who voted to impeach.
Maybe this helps all of us America First patriots here. People in flyover nations, they call it. I broadcast from Texas. Maybe this helps us. McCarthy's getting caught on tape to really open the eyes that there are rhinos in Washington and President Trump was right.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think that McCarthy is a holdover from an earlier era of Republican leadership under guys like Hastert, who really were, in effect, rhinos. And I think that it's good to have them outed. The interesting thing is, if he goes away, who takes his place? My own preference would be Scalise, who was shot and survived it and didn't go crying in his soup. I think this whole bit about January 6th is so totally phony. So welcome to the real world, guys. You were in a demonstration, a riot. And the way you handled the recount and the way you handled all of the court cases, it's understandable that that happened. And wake up and face reality, guys. And the fact that
isn't that the truth?
Yeah, and the fact that they were all crying over their spilled milk. My God, our lives were in jeopardy by an unarmed group of people. We actually had to meet a constituent.
Give me a break on it all.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dick Morris, as always, thank you. Have a great weekend.